everyone, this is Pico Entertainment and we are back again, and here now we have another video for you, and we're just going to quickly talk about Lionel Messi and the recent announcement that he will no longer be playing for Barcelona coming forward to the current season. Now we all know Lionel Messi, he spent his whole career at Barcelona and he's widely recognised, by me included, as probably the greatest modern day footballer for certainly at least the last 10 to 12 years overall. Now the main reason given for why he will no longer be playing for Barcelona, despite the fact that both him and the club agreed terms to a new contract, was due to financial and structural obligations, essentially citing the Spanish La Liga rules on player registration. Now, despite all of the drama that we had last year of Messi reportedly putting in a transfer request, this is essentially down to the fact that Barcelona can't really afford anymore to pay Messi what is required in terms of his contract, even if it's at a reduced rate overall. Now, various reports have it that Messi was currently on a 100 million a year contract, and even if Barca wanted to reduce that down to 50%, paying him 50 million a year, they still couldn't afford it overall. Now we all know Barcelona have always had issues financially, even before the pandemic. You know, they've always had this case of where they made these huge signings, spending around 100 to 150 million and not being able to sell them and recoup the costs as what they've invested in overall. As I said before, he's regarded as a great footballer, but the fact is he is 34 years old now, and while still an amazing and immense talent, he's no longer the Lionel Messi that's leading Barcelona to the Liga titles or Champions League. You know, Barca are very much in a much required transition right now. That classic era and generation that they had when they had players with the likes of Puyol and Iniesta and Xavi and Torre, all of that generation has phased out now, and Lionel Messi is really one of the last remaining remnants of that current era of time. We know Barcelona, if they weren't your favourite team, they were certainly your second favourite team in the way they played their football overall. Just really the football purist dream and how football should be played, and they were playing stylish football and they were winning great matches and winning trophies on a regular basis. But if we think at this on a pragmatic approach, as I mentioned before, Barca really need to rebuild their team and start again. So why would you pay hundreds of millions for a player who's 34, even if it's Lionel Messi, when you should be investing that money into a younger generation? Right, so even at 34 years old, if you pay an extension for Lionel Messi, you're just going to get diminishing returns as he gets older. You know, he clearly won't be the player that he was at 24, 25, 26. So really, it doesn't make much sense, I think, in terms of financial and in terms of really a restructuring and a rebuilding perspective in terms of your club. You really want to start refocusing on younger players and building up younger generations so you can start to reclaim your stranglehold that you previously had on both the Liga and the Champions League. It's been such a long time since Barcelona won the Champions League. So as much as I love Lionel Messi, as much as I think he is the greatest player of the modern day generation, I can understand Barcelona's position on this, and I think it makes complete sense in terms of looking at the long-term future. Now, many pundits have alluded to the fact that this is Barcelona's way of speaking out against the tight player regulations that have been impacted by the Spanish La Liga. We all know the setup that basically, in terms of certainly the TV revenue, it's Barcelona that Real Madrid that recoup the larger percentages, while the smaller clubs outside always pick up the smaller amounts, and that's no real long-term sustainable way to continue your league. So we're no surprise really that La Liga have tried to impose some sort of strict financial regulations, especially when we look at the amount spent by both Barcelona and Real Madrid. But is this a way of Barcelona trying to, if you like, negotiate or trying to shame La Liga by basically saying, look, if you continue to impose your financial regulations, then we're going to lose the greatest player in terms of the Spanish league? And of course, they already lost Ronaldo a couple of years ago when he moved from Real Madrid to Juventus. So you're going to lose another main attraction from your league overall. And despite the fact that Messi's 34 and, as I mentioned before, is coming to the end of his career, he still brings in a lot of attraction in terms of image deal, endorsements, and image rights as well. So they are basically saying that, look, you're going to lose all of this if you continue to impose these regulations onto us, and now you won't have the greatest ever player playing in your league anymore. So what do you want to do? So we'll see what happens further on there. You know, there's still a chance that Barcelona could, at the last minute, initiate another contract with Messi, so it doesn't mean that they can't come back to the table and introduce another contract later on. I think Messi ideally would like to stay at Barcelona. He's been there for most of his life. He gets to be the king, the big fish in a little pond, so to speak. He gets to really play the football that he wants to play, so why would he go on and spoil that opportunity? Obviously there's speculation as to who he will join, and I think if we look at it, there's primarily only three realistic clubs that he can join, whether we look at Chelsea, PSG or Manchester City. I would say those are only the real clubs that I would say that have the financial funds to pay Messi. Of course, there is no transfer fee because he's a free agent, but at the same time, you're obviously going to have to pay extensive amount of wages, and really only those three clubs will be prepared to pay those wages, especially in the pandemic era that we are in now. So if I was a betting man, I would probably say he'll probably go to PSG, because you've already got the likes of Neymar, of course, playing there. The French league isn't quite the same intense speed or action at what the Premier League is, and I don't think there's as much scrutiny or attention put on the French league as what there is with the Premier League, as what I think in terms of media hype and buzz and attention as well. So Messi could quite easily go to PSG, still kind of have the freedom to play what he wants when he wants, and not have the same scrutiny and criticism as what he would have as if he went to the Premier League overall. So if I was a betting man, I think Messi could probably go to PSG. Maybe he may join, a South American club, maybe Boca Juniors or somebody of that ilk, where he could just go away back to Argentina and just play when he wants, how he wants. Maybe he'll go to Shanghai or a major Chinese club, but wait and see whether the money's right as well. So lots of speculation is where he will go for now. But right now, I wouldn't count it out if Barcelona managed to negotiate a last-minute deal for Messi to stay at Barcelona in some sort of reduced capacity. But we'll wait and see overall. But this is just quickly my overall quick thoughts and feelings on Lionel Messi. As I mentioned before, who I deem to be certainly the greatest modern-day footballer in the last 10 to 12 years. Coming to an end of an era at Barcelona, such a long-time establishment, such a long-time association, and an iconic association at Barcelona. He's won so much, achieved so much. So if this is the end of an era, we will now wait and see where Lionel Messi goes ahead in the long run. But don't be surprised if we get a last-minute deal where he finds himself still remaining at Barcelona at the beginning of this season. So those are my thoughts and feelings and quick reactions to Lionel Messi. The news was announced yesterday, of course, leaving Barcelona, coming to the end of his current contract. Where will we go at the end of this season or the beginning of new season? Let me know what you think in the comments. If there are any further updates, then I will comment on those as well. Please also hit and like those subscription and notification buttons so I can provide you with more high quality content like this in the future. But that's it for now. Take care of yourselves, stay at safe distances, and I will see you very, very soon.